Watch out, Chapo's. Back. Oh, man. Chapo's. Hang on, buddy. You little ripper. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it to. I'm Bushka, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to get a little bit meta. We're going to go beyond the normal can of man. We're not just going to talk numbers, statistics, damage variations, min-maxing your stats, getting the best out of the weapon you got in your cotton picking hands. I want to talk about attitude. There's a great line from a Ben Folds song, a musician that I got a hell of a lot of time for and have actually gone and watched quite a few times. And it's from a song called Do It Anyway. And it's basically, if you're paralyzed by the voice in your head, it's the standing still that should be scaring you instead. And I completely agree with Mr. Folds, and I want to bring that into the PUBG Mobile multiverse. There's a bloke up there. I've grinned him. He's not moved. I'm going to grin him again. He's not moved. Third and final time, I'm like, dude, you're just a glutton for punishment. I'm going to grin you again. I can hear him bandaging. You know what would be a good idea instead of bandaging? If you went somewhere else. Because I am seeing so much of this at the moment. This completely undynamic, passive style of play. And the reason I'm seeing it is because I started grinding solo on the Asian server. And what I found was that firstly, don't do that. Secondly, why do I say don't do that? It's the most boring thing ever. I was like running around, caning, doing great, and I just can't focus because I don't have the human interaction. But what I found was so many people who would just sit in a house and do nothing and grind rating. And one of the reasons that that's so crazy is that no one cares. Literally, no one gives a rat's. No one is going to go and look up your name and say, hey, I saw that you made Diamond 5. You're my kind of guy. Maybe we should hook up and go out sometime. What you're basically looking at is you're just wasting your life. You're just sitting in a building for 30 minutes, hoping that the zone comes your way and you get positive rating. Now, I understand. I'm being a bit facetious. There is absolutely a certain part of the game where it's fun to win, but you don't get good at fighting, which is an even bigger part of the game than hiding in a building. And one of the things you've got to do is engage and have these firefights, or when the zone compresses, you get absolutely freaking shredded by people who actually just turn up and pull hands and try and belt the crap out of the other guy. Now, there's obviously a gentle middle ground where you can hang out with your wang out and still get the job done with the rating business. And I like to think that I've kind of got that middle ground figured out. But for all of that, I will very, very rarely try to just grind a rank. I got to ace and then I went, this is not fun. And then went and did other things. And I've not really been back, and I'm not really desperate to try and get back. You need to understand that PUBG Mobile is a game that involves being a shooter. You've got to get out there and you've got to free your mind. You've got to be expressive. You've got to be thoughtful. You've got to find ways to outthink the opponent, because far more than just being able to aim and maneuver your little avatar here around the battlefield, you need to find the edge. You need to find that area where you can get that momentary surprise like that and get a shot from another window that they weren't expecting to see you from. And you're only going to do that if you actually take the risk, if you take the fight, if you do it anyway. Standing still and being passive will get you to X, but if you want to go past that, you've got to learn how to fire the freaking gun and wipe someone out. And you're not going to do that, dropping in the middle of a jungle in Sanok and hiding under a bush. Now, here comes a hot take. I don't really rate Conqueror and Ace the way a lot of people do. The game is a very interesting blend. You have, I drop pretty much every game. I can't remember the last time I intentionally didn't drop Boot Camp or Paradise Resort or Georgia Pol crates or Novo crates. It's important that you actually, for me, have fun doing this. And I can't have fun doing nothing. You could go to the training grounds for 25 minutes and get the exact same experience that these people are getting in the game itself. Now, the reason it's a bit of a hot take is I understand that there are better players as you progress. There certainly are better players, but there are also a lot of players, like last season when I was running around with Ouija, and you probably saw in the M16A4 vid, we wiped a squad of ace players. Everyone in the squad was an ace player that season. They had kill death ratios of like 1.5 to 2. And that kind of player just doesn't frighten me even a little bit, because I know when the zone shrinks down and we get to situations like this where there is going to be a fight, whether you like it or not, they're the kind of player that I want to come up against. The guys who are grinding a rating. And the reason I really want to come up against them isn't just that they don't have a lot of experience fighting. It's that they're worried about their rating. And when you play with fear and you play with the worry of actually losing all the time, you don't take the risks that you need to take to win the game. And I firmly believe that you have to take a certain amount of calculated risk to get the win. There is a fine time for, pushing the boundaries of what you can do. But if you don't get out there and practice and actually engage with the game, then you're grist for the mill for a lot of people. And if you're finding that you can't finish the game off, if you're getting to the end of the game and you're like, oh, I just can't get past the top 10, or I just can't get past the top 5, have a look at the way you start the game. When you get to the end of the game, have you got 1 kill or 2 kills? Or have you got 5 kills or 6 kills? Because if you have got 5 or 6 kills, you've generally engaged with the game. You've taken combat. You've moved around the map. I had some really interesting conversations with some guys who have played Sanhok and got to Conqueror on Sanhok, doing nothing but dropping the middle of the map, going to the next hut, picking up whatever's there, then going down and lying in a bush. And they will get 10 to 15 rating every 20 minutes. And will grind Conqueror. And the only difference between doing that and poking your eyeballs out with a short stick is that one of them will make you lose your eyesight and the other one will hurt a lot. And I don't know which one it is. And it's why I get to the end of the game like this, and I'm fluid, I'm mobile, I'm listening, I'm looking for opportunities to clear targets. Because I know that every target cleared right now is literally me climbing a step on the ladder in the top 10. It's going to give me more rating just because I'm playing aggressively. And it won't stop regardless, of how many people are hiding. Do it anyway. Have a crack. Risk it all anyway. Because, you've probably seen the intros where I'm running around doing 360 no-scopes with an AWM at the end of the game. Do you know how many of those I lost to get the footage of me doing 360 no-scopes with an AWM at the end of the game? Do you know how many I lost? Like a lot. We're talking about a lot of second place finishes trying to get that footage because I thought it'd be cool and it'd be fun. And I didn't shackle myself down worrying about whether or not I was going to get that chicken dinner. I just pushed it. And we came up with something cool and spectacular and different because we tried, because we had a crack, because we got up off our asses and put a ticket in the lottery and tried to do something. So next time you're thinking of just sitting in a building for the entire engagement, get out the door, have a go, and try and win. Try not to lose. And you'll find that even when you get wiped, and you will get wiped, and you can say, Bushka, you asshole, I got wiped. You will find that you can then press start again and begin all over, and you won't have lost anything. You'll just have had an opportunity to do something fantastic and defy the odds and win that solo versus squad or clear that chicken dinner. I think that's far more important, and it'll expand your abilities as a PUBG Mobile player than sitting in the corner and going, shit, I hope they come in through that door or will they come in through that window? Are they going to come in through that door or that window? I wonder if they'll come in through the door or the window. Can I hear footsteps? No. And then do that for 25 minutes. Man, you could go and work at McDonald's earning minimum wage and make a crap ton more out of your life. I love ya. Look after yourselves. And as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Be nice to your mum too. Don't forget to walk the dog. Bye for now.